Alright, today we're looking at the card game Marvel Snap. Also, thank you to Marvel Snap for sponsoring this video. It's developed by Second Dinner, which was founded by Ben Brode, one of the ex-developers of Hearthstone and kind of the face of Hearthstone for a long time. Right, the best way to show you Marvel Snap is actually just to jump in a game and explain how it works. Each player gets 6 turns, and at the end of the 6th turn, the game finishes. The way you win a game is you have to control these middle card, these locations here. To control a location, you have to put power on a location, and the way you do that is just to place a character there. You can have up to 4 characters on a location, and to win the game, you need 2 of 3 locations won. So it's about spending your resources correctly. So the first location's revealed. Each game has a different location, so each game is completely different and has a completely different game plan and feel to it. This one's Xandar. Cards here have +1 power. Let's end our turn. Each turn you gain 1 energy, so turn 1 you have 1 energy, turn 2 2 energy, so forth, until 6th turn you have 6 energy. And each card, their energy is displayed in the top left and the power is the top right. Each card has a different effect. Quicksilver's effect is it always starts in your opening hand, so you've always got a 1-drop. Okay, so we've got the location New York, which is a really interesting one. On turn 6, you can move cards to this location. When you've placed a unit at a location, you can no longer move it. It's stuck there unless the card states it can move. So with this match here, the location New York, it opens up interesting opportunities because I could place my units and play for location Xandar and location Cloning Vats, and then if I lose one, I can then commit to New York at the end. So it gives you an opportunity to play a lot differently. When you play a card here, add a copy to your hand. Oh well, that's pretty good. I think I'll put Star-Lord there, and I'll put a Nightcrawler there as well. So I'm going to get these 2 cards back, basically. Star-Lord is basically on reveal. If your opponent played a card here, gain +3 power. On reveal basically means when you place a card at a location, it's face down, and when it gets flipped over, that's on reveal. It's worth noting your opponent can't see where you're placing a card until the turn is finished. Right, so we still got... So we're currently winning 2 of the locations. We're winning New York and Cloning Vats. Our opponent has placed 3 units. We can place a Punisher here. Punisher has an ongoing effect, which means a continual effect. It has +1 power for each opposing card on your opponent's side of the table. I'm going to put Nightcrawler on Cloning Vats here. The reason I'm doing that is Nightcrawler, you can move him once per game. So if I need to recommit Nightcrawler to another location, I can move both of them off. If not, I can still win the Cloning Vats by leaving him there. So Punisher has base power 2, but he's going to gain +3. So he'll go up to 5 power here, which will only give us 8 power on Xandar, but we do have 2 more slots we can play there. 2 more units we can play there. Alright, our opponent puts the thing down. What you can also do is called Snap. Now basically what this does, it increases the rewards. So if my opponent loses, they'll lose double the cosmetic cubes, which is basically the free kind of rewards that you get at the end of the match. They can concede now and only lose 1, which is what they would normally lose if they lost the game. You can use that to basically bluff your opponent. I can actually drop Iron Man here and get a copy of it. That's huge. Iron Man has 0 stats, but he doubles his ongoing effect as he doubles the power of the location. So the location power is going to go from 6 to 12, and I'll get another Iron Man back, which is huge. And the last turn is the next turn. The last turn, because of this location, I can move all of the cards. Well, I can move any card to that location, basically.
I am Iron Man.
Okay, that's a bit of a weird play. Our opponent... You know what 0 times 2 is? It's still 0. Whoa, my opponent snapped? Hold on. Now my opponent's... So you basically, you snap for more value. So if you win in a match and you snap, you can do it for more value, essentially. I mean, they are still winning... They are actually winning 2 lanes here. But he has 0 on Clone and Vats. I can move Iron Man or another card to New York location. I can move the Nightcrawlers over here. I can move the Iron Man over here to New York location. Then I can go Nightcrawler here. And Thing here. That gives me 4 power. Is that the right thing to do? Let's see. I have 4 power on Clone and Vats. He has 0. He moved everything to New York. Okay, so that was a really odd finish. I kept 2 units on Clone and Vats. I kept like low units on Clone and Vats because he had no power there. I moved a couple of cards to New York location to hedge my bets a little bit. I won because I won 2 of the 3 locations. And we both snapped there. I snapped because I was ahead and I kind of wanted to double my rewards. I don't know if our opponents snapped there to kind of like bluff strength, because they could have actually won there if they positioned their units a little bit better. I'm just trying to review that game there. So Clone and Vats I think was a win because he had 0 power on there. He was going to move Iron Man to the New York location, which is an okay play because his effect is ongoing double power. So if you have like 12 power at New York, he will double it to 24. But he kind of front loaded the middle location. And I moved a couple of units over to Xandar there. Oh, we can upgrade because of the snap. Okay, cool. So we've upgraded this one to a rare card. So you have a common, which is your base card, uncommon, which is kind of like a frame break, and then this nice 3D looking rare card. So there's a lot of mind games to play with your opponent in this, and some guesswork as to, you got to guess where your opponent's going to go. Some cards are affected by where your opponent moves to, such as Star-Lord. Like if your opponent moves to the lane that Star-Lord is in, then you gain plus power. All right, so the game's completely free to play. At the end of each game, when you get a victory, you can basically level up one of the cards you already have. So you upgrade it, and you get like a cool border effect. It's called Frame Break, where it pops out. The more cards you upgrade, the more you unlock. As you can see now, Spectrum. Nice, I got a new card. On reveal, so like I say, the cards are face down. At the end of the turn, they flip over, and then the effect kicks in. So on reveal, give your ongoing cards +2 power. Ongoing is another effect where it's just a permanent effect at that location. So if you have any ongoing cards, this one will give them +2 power. That's kind of cool. I don't think I have many ongoing cards, but let me show you the deck. So this is the kind of like starting deck that you get. And progressively you can change it up a little bit. These are the cards I've got unlocked so far. Hawkeye, which is pretty cool. On reveal, if you play a card here next turn, he gains an additional 2 power. So that's a unit that you want to stack on a location. So you have to commit to your play. Like if you play Hawkeye, you have to commit to playing another card there next turn. Quicksilver's great. Always gives you an early curve. We've got Medusa. If this card's played on the middle location, she gains +2 power. So that's a non-reveal card. On reveal, this is one where you have to kind of guess. This is where you can play mind games with your opponent. or if you suspect your opponent's going to play a Star-Lord on turn 2, then you might make a location play that is a little bit out of the blue, or you wouldn't expect. But if your opponent played a card here this turn, gain +3 power. Mr. Fantastic, ongoing adjacent locations have +2 power, so you kind of want to play this in the middle location. One really cool thing is the UI and the actual artwork is really colourful. It kind of keeps the style of like comic books, obviously, but the main thing is the text is really easy to read and understand on the cards. So kind of reminiscent of Hearthstone. That was one of the main draws. Great UI, great looking game, and nice and simplistic text that is fairly casual, but obviously complex to master, especially when you get into your opponent's head, sort of. On turn 5, cards cost 1 more, so you kind of want to get your I think that's across all locations. On turn 5, cards cost 1 more. Yeah, that's for all locations. I'm gonna go middle. Yeah, that dream dimension is across all locations, so whoever is winning this location gets +3 power at the others. Wow, okay. So we were kind of fortunate to put Quicksilver here, because we're going to basically contest this location as our main goal, because we want to win this, because it's going to secure, or likely secure, the other 2. So let's drop Medusa there and gain +4 power here. And sometimes it's just good to... Okay, so we put Star-Lord on the left. That's interesting. So he lost 2 power there, really. So as you can see now, we are winning this location. Whoa, what happened then? Put a card from each player's hand here. Okay, you got... That's the first kind of big RNG location I've seen. Well, that's interesting. I kind of have to give that location up, maybe. So, I mean, Jessica is going to be 8. If I don't play anything there, Jessica will become an 8 power card. So it's not that far off. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go with the Mr. Fantastic here, and it's going to buff both locations for me at the end of the turn. So Jessica goes to 8. Fantastic buffs both sides. Because I'm winning the middle lane, we have some great power. Without even playing anything, we're actually winning this location. I think what I'm going to do is play Iron Man in the middle to try keep that location secured. I don't know, should I go left? Maybe I go for a left-hand play here. And give up the... Because the far right's got some power on there. Like if he has an Iron Man, he could double the power of the right-hand location. I've got to make sure though I win. Make sure I win the middle lane, or keep the middle lane 1. So this is just kicked in on turn 5. Cards cost 1 more. Should I play the Punisher? The Punisher is +4 at maximum, so it'll be 6 maximum power if... No, I think I'm going to stick to the plan and play Iron Man. Oh, it's really difficult. I'm going to stick to the plan and play Iron Man in the middle to try and keep it secured. Alright, so Punisher gets an extra 2 on that lane. Right, so we've got our mana back essentially to normal. So it was just basically 1 turn. The cards were going to cost 1 more. So we should have planned around that a little bit better. What do I do here then? Do I kind of committed to the middle. Yeah, okay. This might be not the greatest way to position these. Like I could put Iron Man. If I lose middle lane, whoever's winning this location get +3. So if I lose middle lane and put Iron Man on the right, I would go up to 16. But if I lose the middle lane, his power would go up. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. All right, let's just go with this then. I don't think there's any other way we can play this. So Iron Man's going to boost everything up ×2.
I am Iron Man.
Oh,
Iron Man.
my opponent went right. They were already winning right, but they kind of like doubled up on that. So I think if he puts Iron Man and Misty Knight in the middle, we lose. Yeah. I'm just looking at that board there. So we have... He would have gained 10 with the Misty on the middle and then 20 with Iron Man. So he would have destroyed me there. And then he was already winning the right-hand lane. So yeah, that was a mistake from the opponent, but that was a difficult spot to be in. Oh, Night Stalker's Nightcrawler's the next one. You can move this once, right? So that's a 1 energy, 2 power. That's a really good. I would probably remove Hawkeye for this card. Hawkeye's not that flexible because when you play it on a location, you kind of tied in on the next turn to put another hero there or another what would you call it, like Marvel character there. So you kind of fixed into your play, whereas Nightcrawler is, if you make a mistake and put it on a location, that's not beneficial for you. You can move him at least once during the game. Thanks for watching, guys. That was Marvel Snap. It's available today, the 18th of October. It's available on iOS and Android. If you click the link in the description, it'll take you to the iOS or Google Play Store. Also note, there is a early access version on Steam. It looks and plays the exact same as the mobile version. If you want to play on multiple accounts, you can. If you play on Android, iOS or Steam, the accounts transfer over. It's cross-platform, so your rank and your cards will follow you.